Hey there, how's everybody doing? Welcome back, Strategy in Small Doses. Oh, I hope everybody it's when I am recording this, we are in the very last week of December, and I am totally ready to wrap up the year. It's been a good one, it's been a phenomenal year, but I'm ready for the new year as well. So, anyways, as we move into the new year, 2022, or whenever you're listening to this episode, it doesn't really matter. What I want you to do is I want you to remember this key phrase. You are not in the business of convincing. Okay, and here's what I mean by that is that what I find so often and what I see happen is that we, as service providers, solopreneurs, and freelancers, we try, we get on these calls and we have these conversations with people and they ask us all kinds of questions. And of course, we want to share with them. We want to tell them how we can help them. We want to give them value. We want to provide with them with information to let them know how we can serve them and how we can solve their problem. And all of that is 100% necessary. However, what is unnecessary is this business of trying to convince people why they need you. Okay? So if you are a copywriter or you are a marketing strategist or a business coach or a graphic designer, I don't care whatever you do, what I mean by the phrase you're not in the business of convincing is that you want to work with the people that already know they need you. They just don't know that you are the person that they need. So they have already made up their mind that they are ready to hire a copywriter. They have already made up their mind that they know they need to invest into a business coach. They already have made up their mind that they know they need a graphic designer and they're ready to outsource it. They've made that decision that has said, I am ready to take this off of my plate and I need to find the perfect person. Okay. You are not, what you don't want to do is try to have these conversations with the people of trying to convince them why having a business coach is a great idea, why working with a copywriter is going to help them, increase their conversions, or why their graphic design needs to be outsourced so that they can look more professional, right? Because the problem is a lot of those people, they're not going to bring, they just don't, they're not at the right stage of hiring in the sense of where they truly value what you bring to the table. When you try to convince people why they need to work with you, 90% of the time, it doesn't end up being the right client. So if you're in that position, there's a really easy way to just say, hey, listen, here's what I do. Here's how I can help. Here's how I best serve. And leave it at that and let them make the decision. You don't need to understand like, okay, so here's what happens. Do you realize that when you work with a coach, blah, blah, blah. No, let them come to that conclusion on their own. Let them make that decision on their own. And then when they come to you, they're going to come to you and they're going to be more ready to take action. They're going to be more ready to outsource. They're going to be less micromanagey. They're not going to be, nitpicking every little thing or wondering where every little dime is going. It's a hard place to be, but the second you find yourself convincing somebody why they need your service, not necessarily you. Again, it is still your job to sell them on why you are the best business coach, the best copywriter, the best graphic designer. That 100%, you still have to sell yourself. But the people that you're selling yourself to already know that they need you. They just don't know you are the person that they need. Okay, that's what I mean by that phrase that you are not in the business of convincing. All right, so stand true to your offer, stand true to who you serve, and stand true to what you know is going to get the best results. And if somebody doesn't value that or they're not in that position yet, it's not even necessarily that they don't value you. It means that sometimes they just don't value it for their business. They don't see a big enough return on investment. They don't see a big enough need for it yet. So give them time to see that need. Give them time to see how other people are getting the return on investment. And then when they come back to you and they're ready to make that decision, then they are coming at you with a completely different mindset. And that is where you want to do business with people, right? Not with the ones that you're trying to convince. We've all been there. I spent years trying to convince people why they need to be a business coach. I created content around it. And you know what it does? It attracts the wrong people. And it doesn't mean they're bad people. It just means it attracts the wrong people because the people coming then think that you're going to, a lot of times what happens is they think you're going to bring like a miracle to their business, right? Like you've convinced him, okay, you convinced me I need you, now prove it, right? Like that's kind of the mindset that I've seen in my own personal experience. I'd love to hear your experience inside the Facebook group. If you want to jump into Fully Booked Solopreneur and Freelancer, if you're not there yet, get in there. It's fun. It's the best place to be on Facebook. I can promise you that. But you know, it just happens. I've talked to multiple people about it. It just happens. So go into 2022, put it on your, put it on your laptop, put it on your screen, put it on your wall. I am not in the business of convincing people. And the second you find yourself falling into that loop, or you find yourself falling into that cycle where you're feeling like, I've got to convince this person why they need a coach, or you start creating content about why they need it, yes, you want to educate, but you're not there to try to like pull blood out of a stone per se. Okay. So I hope all of you are setting some amazing goals for 2022. I hope that I almost said 2020. That year can stay where it was. But anyway, I hope all of you are planning an amazing 2022 and stand your ground. Stand in your expert status. Build your authority. Build your authority about the solutions that you provide. Build your authority around how you help people. Build your solutions on the results, right? Not why somebody should be working with a coach or somebody in your field. It doesn't matter. Like those people, they don't need those convincing. The best clients don't need convincing. I will promise you that. The best clients already know that they need you. It's on you in your content to prove to them that you are the best fit for them. That's it. That's the only convincing you need to do, not the ones trying to figure out why they need a brand strategist, or why they need a more professional website, or why they should work with a copywriter on their sales page. No, those aren't your people, and that's okay. So stay true to that and remember it. All right. I'll talk to everybody soon. Have a fabulous holiday if you're listening to this in December. If not, I hope you're having a fabulous year. All right. We'll talk soon. Bye.